What's up athletes, welcome back to this channel. In this video today we are going to talk about why you have to go through the bad form phase if you truly want to progress faster in calisthenics. And I'm talking about high level skills like the planche, like the front lever touch, the Maltese, every single skill that I was able to progress and to unlock and to master, I had to go through the bad form. And this is something most people don't really get, and that's the reason they are staying stuck most of the time at the straddle planche phase, at the full front level phase, and are not able to get beyond this to an actual high level skills like the full planche, like the front level pull-ups, and any other skill that you are dreaming about. Because bad form is your way of telling to yourself that you are currently not strong enough. That's basically all it is about, okay? Strength is equals to form when it comes to calisthenics. Actually, it's just like in the gym, okay? For example, when you're doing bicep curls, and then for the last few reps, you had to push with your back or take some momentum to get the last rep done. It's not because you just want to go for the bad form. It's because your body doesn't have enough strength to go for one last rep, so he has to cheat somehow, and this is the bad form. And this is why the first thing that you need to understand is that strength equals form. And that's why if you currently can't do the planche in a good form, what you're missing is strength. And how you're building strength? By working with bad form and improving it over time. Now, I'm not saying to you that you need to work with planche with bent arms and planche with retraction, because this is just not a planche, okay? It doesn't count as a planche, but you can change some variables in the planche itself so it will be easier on your body, easier on your muscles, easier on your joints, so you will have less strength needed to do the actual skill. And when I'm talking about actually doing bad form by purpose, I'm not saying that you have to think about it, but I'm saying that you have to challenge yourself. And when you challenge yourself for the first time, for the first few sessions, you will just be in a bad form. That's just how it is. You will not find anyone doing his first ever full planche hold with perfect form. You will never find someone doing his first front level pull-ups without any keeping. That's just how it is in the calisthenics game, and if you don't like it, you can just move on to the gym. But if you want to achieve those kind of skills, you need to realize that bad form is the way to go, is your best friend when you know how to use it correctly. So after talking about the fact that strength equals form, how do we use the bad form, which means to use less strength, to do a skill? The first thing that you need to understand is skill is a skill, which means that if you're doing bad form front lever with bent elbows, it's not really a front lever. If you're doing a bad form planche, but it just bent with the elbows when you're doing the planche, it's not a planche. You need to do bad form in actual way that it still looks like the regular skill, but it just doesn't look perfect, basically. So, how do we actually do it? You can be not parallel. You can bend your legs. And the last thing that you can do is momentum. Okay? Now when I'm talking about the first two, these are bad forms that rely on the lever. Because we're talking about skills like the planche and the front lever. If you are going to be in a smaller lever, you will be needed less strength to achieve the skill, and then you will be able to do the skill, basically doing a bad form. So instead of doing, for example, half lay, you can do full with an incline, and that's how you're not parallel to the ground, and it will feel to you like a half lay even though your body is in the full position. okay? And this is why I'm talking about be not parallel to the ground, okay? It's super easy concept, and you're seeing probably some people online that are having a bit of an incline when they're doing the front lever attach, when they're doing the planche, when they're doing the front lever. It's totally fine, as long as you are aware to the fact that this is currently a bad form phase and you want to build the strength so you will be able to do it in a good form. The same goes with bending your legs, okay? You can do front lever in a full position, but bend your legs a little bit even though you're fully parallel to the ground. It will be like between half lay to the full. So again, it will be a bad form full front lever hold, but you will be able to get stronger for it. You will be able to get more strength out of it, and that's how you will slowly but surely be able to get into the perfect form. And the last thing that you can do is use momentum. This is for movements that rely on reps and not only on static holds. For example, in front lever pull-ups, you can use the keep from the hips, you can use the keep from the legs. Same with the full planche presses or the straddle presses. You can use momentum to jump into the position, and then it will be way easier to push yourself up into a handstand. And that's how you can use momentum to make it easier, which means bad form, and it requires less strength to do. And that's how over time you will be able to progress in those kind of skills, doing it with less momentum, doing it more parallel to the floor, until you actually get into the perfect position, and then it's just the regular skill. Another thing that you can do when it comes to doing it with reps, for example, front lever pull-ups, front lever pulls, planche presses, planche push-ups, is to use partial reps. And partial reps is again a form of a bad form, okay? So partial reps is basically doing it the being not parallel, but with the reps and not with the isometric hold. For example, doing one full planche press, which is full in range of motion, and then doing the last negative just to the middle, which means that you will not be parallel to the floor. You will do a partial rep and then you will go back up. So again, it's a form of doing a bad form. It will help you to gain more strength, and over time you will be able to increase the range of motion and thus get into the perfect form skill. So this is basically all you need to know about, okay? And that's how you can use bad form to progress faster in skills like the planche, like the front lever. Now, if you're already understanding this concept but still don't know how to put it in your training program, how to actually use it, how to implement the knowledge that you got and put it in the training program to combine it and make the best progress possible, if you think that you can't do it alone and you need some help, this is where my one-on-one coaching comes into play. Most of my students are making such a crazy progress, so if you want to do the exact same thing, you can go down to the link in the description, the first link in my bio, and you can book a call with me to see if you can fit into my one-on-one coaching. But this is only for serious guys. If you're just someone that doesn't really care about the planche or about the front lever, you don't have to do it. But if you actually have ambitions about this sport, you actually want to progress the fastest way, this is the place for you. That's pretty much it for this video. If you find it helpful, make sure to subscribe, to like to this video, so it will get to more people, so everyone will know about how to actually use bad form to progress faster in skills like the planche and the front lever. And let me know down below in the comments if you were actually able to take something out of this video. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.